teacher. And this is one of the things we do. Renee remembers that, don't you, Renee? But this is one of the things I do to see if you've been listening. What was Act 1? God is at work. How did we see him working in Act 1? Creation. And then Act 2 shows how humans went to work. We see the fall. Sin entered into the world. But then God didn't forget about humanity and did not forget about his creation. He loved it. He saw that it was good. And so he went to work to redeem it. And Act 3 is pretty much the rest of the whole Old Testament, where redemption, God begins his redemptive work. He chose a people. He created a nation. And through all that, God is working to redeem his creation. Then we got to a little interlude. This is time in a regular play we'll go get popcorn. But we're not going to do that. A lot of stuff happened in that interlude, and we talked about that last week. But then we get to the New Testament, and redemption is accomplished. And redemption is accomplished in the life, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus. Last week we looked at his life, and today we're looking at his death. So, what happened at the cross? Well, redemption was accomplished there because Jesus died there. Jesus died on the cross. And redemption is accomplished not only in the life of Jesus, but in the death of Jesus. Now, you might say, well, why did Jesus have to die? What happened when he died on the cross for redemption to be accomplished? When you read throughout the Bible, and particularly the New Testament, there are different themes emerge about what happened at the cross. And they all kind of overlap, and they're really kind of intermingled, to tell you the truth. I can see some, but I'm going to talk about 3 of them. And I think that'll kind of encompass them all. But the first theme we see at the cross, and this is one you may not have thought of. We see this theme called Christus Victor. That's a Latin phrase that simply means Christ is the victor. Scriptures tells us that the devil, Satan and his minions, the powers of darkness, there are all kinds of names that are used in Scripture, says that these powers, the authorities, the different names that are used, are the ruler of the world. But Christ came to destroy the ruler of the world. Christ came to destroy the works of the devil. You know, we see Jesus doing this in his life as well. Remember, after he was baptized, where did he go? He went into the desert, and he was tempted there, and I don't think that's where the temptation ended, but we have those stories that tell us that Christ went there. He and Satan were basically in a battle, and Jesus won. He defeated. He did not fall prey to those temptations. But then when he went to the cross,